everybody. Morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to class. We are going to start seated, but we'll also go over to one side. We're going to kind of move around on our mat a little bit this morning. So I want you to go ahead and start by sitting well. However that is for you. Most of you take my classes pretty regularly, so you know to sit up on a block or don't sit cross-legged if that hurts your knees, kind of all that stuff. Maybe move the flesh out and away from the sit bones and find yourself really starting to ground to center on the mat, trying to let go of kind of all of the stuff from this morning or yesterday or later or next week. Just let all of that go. Sometimes I'll feel like I just let it sink down through my mat, right? And into the earth where I trust that it will be absorbed. So that I can be fully centered and present on the mat. So with that, close the eyes. Start to picture your spine, right? The beautiful undulations of the spine, the inward and outward curves, the network of signals and nerves and communication. Maybe feel where your shoulders are in space. And if you notice them rounding a bit, maybe you can draw the shoulders back. And imagine someone just has a couple of fingers pressing forward between the shoulder blades, right? So as those fingers are very gently pressing the center of that upper chest forward, the chest lifts a little bit, the belly tones in. And we find this seat both solid and fluid. And maybe the back of the neck draws back, the back of the head draws back, bringing it into space. And we feel our breath. Just the inward and outward movement through our bodies without changing it. The eyes may be closed, maybe soft, the jaw relaxing. In yoga, there's this beautiful principle of steadiness and ease. And even in something as simple as Sukhasana, this easy seated pose, how do we find both the steadiness of this pose, but the ease within the pose? Can we first align and then soften? Start to bring the breath in a little bit deeper. Still with steadiness, still with ease. Notice how maybe the outside world has quieted down a little bit. And then allow the eyes to open, just some shoulder rolls here, just starting to wake up the body depending on where you are and how you slept. And then take both arms up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace and press the shoulders out, but keep the torso tall and then draw the shoulders down and feel the arms start to expand out, but draw the shoulder joints back so that the shoulders are as wide as they can be. Keep that as long as it doesn't hurt and turn everything. I'm going to mirror here, so be mindful, turn everything to the left. And as you turn to the left, press the right wrist away from you. Be gentle if this hurts your wrist. You're just reaching with both hands. Come back to center. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Press with the left wrist and breathe, stretching out through the back. Good. Bring it center. Everybody take it up. Good. Draw the shoulder blades down, tone the belly, and then imagine your thumbs could get a little higher up toward the ceiling. So really working with the wrists here. And exhale, let go. Good. Roll the shoulders. Inhale, take the arms up. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm straight at a diagonal. So the elbow is straight, the wrist is straight. We're not turning the hand one way or the other. Breathe, and then just let the arm drop over the head. Press back over to the right. So that left hand on the floor is pressing me back. Big stretch for the side body. Straighten the arm. Inhale, both arms up. Other side, that right hand comes down, the left arm comes over. Watch the shoulders, right? Watch that tendency to roll the chest. Press down through the opposite hip. Let the arm drape over the head. Feel how that deepens that stretch a little bit. And then the hand on the floor, just push it away a little bit. Big stretch for side body. Release, take it up, both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, open it up big and wide. Stretch it out and then crisscross the elbows. Come into eagle arms. Remember here, right, eagle arms not accessible for everybody. So if not, just take that bottom arm or the one closest to you and bring it across. Breathe, soften the shoulders, tone the lower belly. Release, inhale. Exhale out to the side, stretch it back. Good, crisscross the other way. If you can remember which side you just did. Good, breathe. Soften the shoulders, maybe shake out the head a little bit. Take all that tension out of there. Release, take it up. Exhale to your heart, listen up. If you can, no hands, lean back, release those legs, straighten them out in front of you. Give me a solid Dandasana. Take the arms up. Good, and lots of flexion through those feet, right? Feel the quads start to really engage, the belly tones in. Think about that spine, right? Where is it right now? Take the hands behind you, press the back of the head into the hands. Woo, right? Big old pose for such a simple one. Release, inhale up. Exhale, hands down, take them to your heart. See if you can crisscross the other way. Oh, no hands. No hands for you. Breathe. Feel the difference, right? If you've taken that other leg in front, always feels quite weird. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Lean back. Feel core start to work. Release the legs. Straighten them out. Take them in front of you. Lift up. Soften the shoulders. Imagine you're holding a beach ball. Lift one leg optional. Find your breath. Maybe point your toes. Tone the belly. Lift the chest. Fingertips are poking the middle of your back. Keeping that chest forward. Lower down. Lift up. Good. Lift the other leg so I don't forget which side. Whew, maybe point your toes. Keep that beach ball from dropping down. Release. And take it down. Well done, everybody. So let's turn, bring your feet toward the front of your mat. So little core work happening this morning. What else is new? Dig the heels in, lean back, roll the shoulders back, and then take both heels of your hands and push into the top of the knees as if you were gonna lower yourself down by pushing away. And just feel the work happening there, doing absolutely nothing else. Watch your backs here, right? For those who have a sensitive lower back, and then just lift one heel off the floor, but keep the pressure on that hand and breathe. And lower that one down, lift the other heel like I'm pushing, I'm trying to straighten that leg by pushing into that knee and lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to your heart, lean back, lift the chest, maybe one, maybe both heels. If that's not working for you, the hands go behind, lifting the chest, pushing hands into legs, legs into hands, or we reach out, breathe. Woo, good, listen up, try to slide, Dandasana, lift up. Exhale, release. Whew, good job, everybody. Shake that out. We're going to turn onto our sides. Won't be here for long. If you want, you're up on elbow. If that feels terrible for your head, neck, shoulder, Come on down, even all the way down. Okay. Bend the knees 90-ish degrees. Keep your feet glued together. Lift your top knee. Just a simple clamshell. And then take your own hand to your own cute little hip, right? Your little butt there, and press the knee up isometrically until you feel that engagement. Yeah, good. Hold that, lift the foot off. Breathe. Keep the tension so that it's like your top leg is laying on a table. So your knee and your ankle should be, there you go, Ev, should be lined up pretty much straight on. And then draw the knee to your chest and press it straight back. Keep it on the table, right? Keep it on that imaginary table. Bring it in. Now, if you need a little more support, one hand can go forward or it can stay on your hip, wherever it makes sense. Good, one more. Press it straight back. Try not to move into the low back. Yep, feel that squeeze. Bring it forward. Extend it straight out. Breathe. Belly tones in. Bend the knee. Slide it on the table. Squeeze the butt, the glute. Bring it forward. Just two more here. Slide. Bring that leg straight forward. Bend the knee. Slide. Breathe. Maybe hold that back a little bit. And then bring it forward. Straighten. Drop that foot straight in front of you. Straighten the bottom leg. Yep. Just breathe. So a little stretch for the hip. One, you can hang out here. Two, if you feel like it, just turn your chest toward the front of your mat and breathe. So now we're in a twist with that extended leg. Be mindful. You can always keep that leg bent. Come out the way you came in. So if you chose that little twist, take the twist out first. Lift the leg, bend the knee, bend both knees, and release. Well done. Let's switch sides. Little bit of hip work, right? Hips, core, all connected. So here we are again. If you're up on elbow like me, just watch that you're not collapsing, right? Keep those ribs and core a little bit toned. Keep the feet glued together, lift the leg or lift the knee. And just feel it again. So what happens in these simple poses is we will compensate by rolling the top hip back. So I don't want you to do that. I just want you to see if you can find where that hip initially engages. The belly tones, once you got that, lift the foot, hold that, right? A really interesting kind of move here, if you can press it up against the imaginary ceiling, so you feel that isometric work. And then draw the knee to chest. Try to keep it on the table. Slide it back. I always think when I'm using these images that someone will come in mid-class and go, what is she talking about, table? Slide. Good. Bring it in. So I will tend to bring the knee back too far and get into my low back. Good. Bring it forward. This time extend. Whoo. Right? Working with the core, working with the hip, working with the glute, the inner thigh. Bend the knee, slide it back. Just two more of these. Bring it forward. Slide it straight out. Pause. Feel the work. Keep the chest lifted. Bend and slide back. Engage core, engage glutes. Last one. Bring it forward. Breathe, press through that bottom leg, everybody, and then lower that leg. And maybe you just hang out here. If not, you're just turning your chest, stay on your elbows, turn your chest toward your mat and breathe. Sorry, straighten the bottom leg. I forgot to say that part. Good. Take the twist out if you went there. Lift the leg, bend the knee, bend both knees, and release. Good. Come on up. Little bit of time on our knees. So we're going to come to table pose. Make sure your knees are cushioned, right? Don't hurt your knees, everybody. But find that table pose. Hands and knees spread out. If you're using a chair, your hands are on the chair and your hip to ankle are lined up. Take the right leg straight back. Tone the belly in, lift the leg. And breathe here for a moment. right? And just feel that. So tap your toe and lift a couple times just so you feel that glute engage. And then lift and hold. So balancing table number 1, right leg out, left arm out. Of course, optional. Find your breath. Looking down at your mat, keeping the spine as level as you can. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Switch to the other side. Lift the left leg, find that. Tap the toe a few times just so you can feel the glutes. Nothing too hard yet. And then lift and hold, tuck in through the belly, extend the right arm out. And just breathe, everybody. Good, lower the hand, lower the knee, go back to the other side. Tone in, lift the leg, reach the opposite arm. Couple variations here we're gonna play with. Take the left arm out to the side. Take the right leg out to the side. Woo! Breathe. Feel your glutes work in, feel your belly work. Take everything to center. Release. Other side, left leg out, right arm out. Just finding that. If you need a break, by the way, from your wrists or your knees, take a break. Everything out to the side. It's not going to go very far. Big deep breath. You got it. Come on back to center and lower. Good. Last one. We did this last class. I had fun with it, so we're doing it again. Drop down to your elbows. Take the right leg out. Now, when you're on your elbows, by the way, it should be elbow to shoulder, right? Just like Sphinx pose. Lift the leg, bend the knee, bring that heel close to your glute, and then take the knee out to the side. So we've done this in other ways, usually down dog, right? Feel the glutes engage. And then simply just drop that chin toward the calf muscle and take it back up. It's almost like you were doing this weird figure 4. Down and back up. Once again, just tapping in. And then once that leg is lifted again, hold. Engage, like really draw the low belly in, but keep the glute active. If your right knee is lifted, your left hand goes out to the side. I'm on my fingertips. Everything's breathing. And if you can, lift the arm. Good, breathe. Core work, everybody. Woo. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Woo. Stay on your elbows, flip the toes under, just lift the knees off the floor. Little dolphin-ish down dog. And lower the knees. Let's do the other side, and then we're done with the knee stuff for now. Left leg lengthens and then lift. The belly squeezes in. Bend your left knee. Turn that knee out to the side, engage that glute. And then lower the leg in that configuration and take it back up. 2, 3, 4 times, just checking things out, just moving through the joints here. And then once it's lifted, hold. Feel really steady, right? So that idea, that concept of steadiness and ease. Once you're here, see if you can take the right arm, fingertips out to the side. Plant that left hand, left elbow. Still good, lift the arm. Find your breath. Whew. You got it, everybody. And then lower and lower. Stay on your elbows. Lift the knees, dolphin pose. If this hurts for any reason, you can press into hands for regular down dog. Imagine you're holding lightly a beach ball between the elbows. Keep the arms active and keep the elbows drawing toward each other. And then walk the feet out. Elbow plank. I did say there's a little core happening today. Breathe. On elbows, push the body out from your mat. Squeeze the belly in. Find your breath. You got it. Lower the knees briefly. Take your hands under your shoulders. Lift the knees, regular down dog. Pedal out the feet. Claw in through the fingers. Find your breath. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, just get to where the knees almost touch, almost. And then press through those sit bones and lift back up again. Good, 2 more. Lower, almost touching. Belly squeezes in, hold, and press up. 1 more. Lower, hold, squeeze. Imagine you're squeezing a block between those legs, and then press up. Take your feet wide on your yoga mat. Very much on purpose, walk those hands back. And breathe. Forward fold here. Maybe your hands come to your shins and you're halfway. Maybe your fingertips are to the floor. Bend the knees. Take your hands to your knees. Look up and stand up. Nice job, everybody. Roll those shoulders. Grab one of your blocks. So we're just going to see how this goes with doing a little bit of sun salute-ish with the block from the back of your mat. So take the block between your thighs. You're at the back end of your yoga mat. Roll the shoulders. Draw the inner line of those legs in. Give your block a little squeeze. And then feel the spinal alignment again, right? Where is it in your body? Do we have that tendency to just kind of, right, roll forward? Can we draw it back? Breathe. Can you get a 1/2 inch taller right here? What does that mean in your body? Inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward fold, soft knees, soft, soft, soft. Breathe. Tiny squeeze of that block, little bit of engagement here. Bend the knees, sit back on your pose. Inhale up, chair pose, optional, squeeze the block. The heels kind of isometrically draw in, like if I could squeeze my heels together, I draw them in, the toes isometrically going out, the block squeezes, and then stand all the way up, exhale all the way down. Walk your hands out, down dog. I love those elephant walks. I call them elephant walks. The strengthen hands, wrists, shoulders. Breathe. From here, plank pose. Find your breath, squeeze the block. Heels press toward each other isometrically. Good. 1, you're here. Hang on. 2, the knees are down. That's a bit more easier. 3, the elbows come down slowly. Hold. Breathe. You got it, everybody. Now that block's going to feel funky, but you're still going to lower knees, hips, draw the elbows forward, Sphinx pose. I know the block feels funny here, so you're not alone. Breathe. Where is that pose? Can you draw the tailbone back toward the block? Can you squeeze that belly in? Exhale, lower down, hands under your shoulders. Can you press up to plank and then down dog? Find your pose, everybody. Tiny claw of the fingers into the mat. Good. Walk those hands back. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Just 1 more right here. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, easy, easy. Knees are soft. Bend the knees, sit way back. Take the arms up, chair pose. Breathe. How does this pose feel? Can you squeeze the block? Can you lift just 1 heel? And lower that heel. Can you lift the other heel? And lower that. Stand all the way up. Exhale down. Walk it out. Walk this way. I think I was listening to some old rock the other day. Got some songs in my head. Plank pose. Remember your class, your yoga, here or knees down, or come on down one more, elbows slow, nice and controlled. Press into an elbow plank. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then your choice, lower the knees. Just slide the elbows forward. Find Sphinx pose. Turn your palms face up. I love this in Sphinx pose. Turn those palms up. Curl your fingers, curl your wrists. Keep the forearms down. Stretch the backs of your wrists, the back of your forearms. And release, palms down. Lower your body. Take hands under shoulders. Press up. Press back. Squeeze your block. Walk the hands back. Find your forward fold, soft back of the knees. Bend the knees, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. And then just kind of pause for a second and feel that block. If you can, if your legs are such, take the block long. And then walk the feet in so that you feel the connection from that upper inner thigh almost down to the knees. Right now, some people, their legs are not long enough for this to be comfortable, so keep it on the short side. And then imagine pushing the feet away. Like try to stretch the line of your mat in between your feet. Breathe. And then draw the heels in isometrically. Squeeze your block. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, come on down. Breathe, right chair pose, belly's tone, chest lifted, tailbone is down. Take the arms up. Hold that beach ball. Breathe. Can you come a little lower? Don't have to, or you can, but you don't want to. It's all good, right? Trust your body. Now here, right? It's like, holy moly, that's quite a bit. Squeeze the belly in, let that tailbone hang heavy. Breathe. Can you come any lower? Woo! Stand all the way up. Exhale, let go. Take the block out. And notice how that felt, right? So it's kind of like having a focus point. So in yoga, we're doing so many things with the body that we might forget the legs are part of this pose or upper body, but it's all part of it. So can we find it and utilize it? Come back to the front of your mat. You can have your blocks nearby and find mountain pose. And just notice. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Come on down, little baby squat. Arms out. Belly in, tailbone down. What feels good about this pose? What can you maintain? What can you make easier, right? Some of you might just come up a little higher. Some of you can go lower. It's up to you. Hands to the floor, straighten the legs. Find your forward fold. Take your hands to your blocks, lower medium setting, step back right leg. Press into your feet and lift up. Just a simple high lunge here. Knee can be down. Press through, bend your back knee. Sink the body back. Woo, watch the knees here. Breathe. Hands to your blocks, stay low. Good. Lower those blocks to the lowest setting, step back, down dog. Find your breath. You got it, everybody. Plank pose. Hands are still on blocks. Breathe. Take your left hand off your block and just have it a little uneven. One hand to the floor, one hand to your block. Switch. Put the other one there. Keep the shoulders somewhat level. Breathe. Both hands to both blocks. Down dog. Nice job, everybody. Right foot forward. Find that solid lunge. Inhale it up. Optional, bend the back knee. Take the whole torso back. And breathe. Keep that position, hands down. Step back, down dog. Breathe. Plank pose. Take left hand forward. Big deep breath. Y'all say I don't work the shoulders enough, so we're getting a little upper body in. Take that hand back to your block. Take the right hand forward. Breathe. Put that hand back on your block. Lower your knees. Child's pose. Or anything else that makes sense. Notice your breath. Notice where you are, how you feel. So even when we get warm, maybe even a little sweaty, we come back to that steadiness and ease. And part of ease is breath. All right, come on up, everybody. You can move the blocks out of the way for a moment. Come right to down dog. Now, one, you're here. I want you to hold that down dog, play with your hands. Or two, take the right leg up. And breathe. Round it's kind of an external rotation with those upper arms to hold this position in down dog. Bend your right knee, all this optional. Take the knee up, heel toward your left glute. Breathe. Release that, straighten, and lower that leg. If you need a moment's break, come down for a second, and then let's go left side. Level-ish hips. Press out of those hands, those wrists, everybody. You can always bend the right knee, bend the left knee, lift that knee, heel toward glute. Again, engaging through the glutes there. And then release. Lower that foot, come to plank. Drop to your elbows. Notice if you do the same side every time. Hold elbow plank. Lower hips, knees. Sphinx pose. Shake that out a little bit. Find your breath. Lower the upper body. Lift one leg. Keep the hip bones on the floor. And breathe. Good, lower that side, lift the other. Release. Come to elbows. Sphinx again. See if both legs will lift any amount. Watch your low back. Where are you in this pose, right? Like even me rocking forward, like pull the elbows back toward you and notice you'll get to the top edge of your pubic bone. Push the elbows away from you isometrically and you'll get toward the bottom of the pubic bone. Maybe the low back lengthens. Good, lower both feet. Lower your torso. Hands under shoulders, press up, down dog. Good, take the feet wide. Walk your hands back. Bend the knees, come on up. Exhale. Shake it out. So we're going to add on to what we just did. You see how this silly mat travels? Before long, I'm going to be in North Carolina somewhere. So we're going to add on to that down dog with the knee lifted. But again, completely, totally, 100% up to you where you decide to bring this. Just going to be a little more work for the hips. So come on forward. Just find mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. The air conditioner feels good. Exhale, squat. Chair pose, sit back. Find your breath. How is this chair pose compared to the first one, right? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Does it feel the same? Can you do a micro adjustment to make it feel better in your body? Exhale, hands down. Soften, step back, right leg. Been here already. Your right knee can come down. Inhale, lift up. Nice, easy crescent. Bend the back knee, optional. Pull the torso back. Good, release. Exhale, down. Step back, downward facing dog. One, you're here. Two, you're in child's pose. Don't go to Shavasana just yet. Good. Strengthen through the upper body to support your pose. Soften and lift the right leg. Been here already. Bend the knee, turn it out to the side. Squeeze the glutes. Here is your third, fourth, fifth option. You're going to bend the left knee, take it toward the floor, lower, so that you're coming into this kind of backward figure four. So the right shin goes behind your left knee as your left knee goes toward the floor. There you go, Ev. And then lift up. Good. Bend, come down, and lift up. We got one more. Bend, sink, tap, and lift. Woo! And then take that right leg all the way through. Step forward, left. Bend the knees, take it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Release that down. That's one of those you look up and go, what? What is she talking about? Roll your shoulders, everybody. Find your breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slow, come on down. Find that breath, find that length. Bend the knees, step back, left leg. Second side. When you're ready, engage, take the arms up. Bend the back knee, optional, sink the whole torso back. So your back thigh and torso are lining up. Release, hands down. Step back, down dog. Here are all your options. Make sure your hands are feeling good. The arms are supporting your upper body. Lift the left leg. One, you're here, hold. Two, bend that knee, or bend that, knee. Shift the knee out to the side. And then slowly tap down and lift up. Tap down and lift. Last one, tap and lift. Good job, everyone. Take that leg all the way through. Step forward. Bend the knees, take it up. Exhale to your heart. Shake it out. Good. How's everybody doing? Okie dokie. That was quite the smile there, honey. All right, just a little balance work, a little balance play here. First one we're going to do is we're going to come into a nice, feet together, Come into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. I'll turn sideways. Same thing, right? 1, you're here. 2, hands stay at the heart. Squeeze the knees, lift 1 foot. Find your balance. Ooh. Release. Stand up. Exhale, squat. Lean forward, lift the other heel. Release. Come on up. Exhale, stand. Shake that out. Good. Second, balance. Now, this one, you might want to do that first one again. That's kind of fun. You've got to find that balance between the front body weight and the back. Or we're going to do a little figure 4. So my knee people, be mindful. Just come into a kind of a figure 4 standing. Ooh, feel your feet. Take your hands to your heart. Find your breath. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to come down to a squat. Breathe. 3, if I'm mirroring here and my right knee is bent, my right hand comes to my foot, my left hand goes to my sacrum, and there it crumbles, right? Woo. Back to center. There we go. So not a real twist, but a little change in the balance. Come back to center and stand up. Shake it out. I've realized carpet is not my friend. Shake it out. Second side. If you can, so this might be really challenging, and maybe you're here and both knees bend. That's okay too, right? Trust your body here. But if you can, come into this kind of weird standing figure 4. Hands come to heart. Use your breath. Come on down, optional. Hand to foot, other hand to sacrum. Funny. Come on to center. Woo, and stand up. Shake it out. Last balance. Tree pose, right? If you've been doing yoga for any length of time, you've done a tree pose in a yoga class. Simple. Headlights, right? Hips, headlights. They stay forward. That's my only quasi rule. Try to keep the hips centered. Turn the foot out. Come to your tree pose. So it might be here, might be lower, might be here, might be big toe on the floor, might be a hand to the wall. This standing leg, draw it in, squeeze the glute, squeeze the hip, hands to heart. Where are the hip bones? Are they pretty straight forward? Big deep breath. 1, you're here. 2, whichever knee is bent, same side hand goes to the inner knee, other arm goes up. Stand tall, make yourself a ½ inch taller. Breathe, smile. Steadiness and ease. Release. Take it down. Shake it out. See, piece of cake. Same thing, other side. Find your tree pose. Use your breath. Squeeze the standing leg. Take hand to inside knee, optional. Other arm out. Chest is lifted, glute is working for you. Find your still point. And release. Shake it out. Good. Go ahead and step wide on your mat, everyone. And just take it into an easy forward fold. Maybe notice how it feels if all your toes are pointing forward versus toes pointing outward. Can you come to the center line of your feet? Even here, we'll tend to rock back into the heels. How does it feel to take your weight to the middle line of your feet? And then press the feet out isometrically. Let the outer hips take some of that weight. Can the torso go longer without rounding? Good. Soften the knees, everybody. Walk your hands to your left so that your left foot is forward on your mat and you are back in a lunge. Tone in through the belly. Inhale, reach up. Whoop. Breathe. Hands to heart. Careful, careful. See if you can bend the knee. Push both hands into that bent knee. And then press out to straighten both legs. Once you're there, you can take your hands to the floor. Bend the front knee, walk yourself back to the middle. I know. Walk it all the rest of the way. Come to so that your right foot is pointing forward. Find your lunge. Squeeze your glutes. Bend the back knee. Whew. Hands come to that knee. Push. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the pelvis tucked. And then push into that knee to straighten the leg. Still balance work. Hands come to the floor. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Use your breath. Find the center line of your foot. Take a look at the foot. Are you rolling out, rolling in? Bend the front knee. Come back to your wide leg one more time. Let the head droop. Keep yourself supported. Hands are to the floor. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees. Hands come to knees. Lift up. Stay squatted. Arms out. Wide leg. Chair pose. Sure. Or goddess pose. Find your breath. Some of you can go deeper. Some of you should be coming up higher. And then push into your feet. Stand all the way up. Exhale. Take those legs together. Nice job, everybody. Come on back to the front of your mat. You survived that part. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down you go. Step back, downward facing dog. Take your time, get there. Lower the elbows to the floor. Press into the hands. Take a look at your elbows. Make sure they are shoulder width apart. Try not to go wide. Claw your fingers into the mat. One, you're here. Two, you're going to walk those feet up a little higher down, dolphin. Breathe. Keep the shoulders away from the floor. Maybe come to tippy toes. And then walk it out. Plank. Find your breath. Lower the knees. Keep everything else. Tuck in like you're going to do a cat pose. Like squeeze in through your belly. And lower the rest of the way. Hallelujah. Breathe. That wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah, see? Piece of cake. Good. So come into Sphinx if that's okay for your body, right? We know several things to do with especially low backs. One, we walk the elbows forward. Two, we can take the legs wide. Three, draw the belly in, move to the bottom edge of that pubic bone. Find that. Bend one knee. Now, notice when you bend the knee, what happens to the pelvis, right? Can you then draw the thigh of that bent knee long so that the hip bone draws back toward the floor? And just pause. Now, this might be a lot for some of my low back folks. If so, just stay in Sphinx. Good. One, you're here. Two, the right knee is bent. The left arm moves forward. We take right hand back and just stretch that quad a little bit. Try to stay fairly level on the hip. Notice the quad. Now, if that's too much, you can lower down, by the way, and just let the quad stretch be the quad stretch without the little back bend. Breathe and release. Other side, the right elbow or whichever side you were on just moves forward a little bit, gives that body some space. Bending the left knee, noticing that, taking the left hand back. Maybe you can hang on to the foot, maybe not. Feel that stretch in the quad. And lower. Take the whole body down. Happy to do so, right? Good. Have one block near you and roll onto one side. Bend the knees. We're back where we started. Isn't that fun? We're like, yay, this feels good. All right, just notice. Bring the top knee to your chest. We were here already. Take your hand, slide it down your shin. Take the leg behind. Bring the bottom leg forward just so you have a little wider base of support. And again, stretching the quad, watch the knees. This is a harder stretch for me quad-wise. And one of the things I do to help with that is to do a strong tuck of the pelvis, as if I could round into my low back. So as we shift the pelvis, we can tap into quad and psoas a little bit more. And then release, keep hold of that, take that knee back to your chest. Maybe grab foot or ankle, take the leg straight out. Straight out from the hip. Yep, push down on that bottom leg. And then take the leg up. So I've got my hand on my foot or shin the entire time. Breathe. If you can, let go of that foot. Very slowly, still hip work. Slow, slow, slow. Lower it back down to the floor outside the hip. Yep, there we are again. We were here already today. Straighten the bottom leg. Only if you want, turn the chest toward. And when you turn the chest toward, come on to the top of your long leg thigh. So that leg that's straight down, come on to the top of it. Breathe. If it is too much, that long leg out to the side is bent instead. Please watch your hips. Good. As we release, we're coming back on that side. We're sliding that leg in, just release. Ah, joy, joy. When you're ready, flip on over. Keep my block nearby. Knees are bent. Find your breath, belly tones, top knee comes to chest. Even that can feel really good as a stretch. Slide that hand down toward your ankle, bring the knee back. Roll the top shoulder back, tone through the belly, press through that bent knee that is on the floor. And then a slight tuck of the pelvis to see if you can access that stretch. Some of you are like, that's not a problem, really. Our quads can get so tight. So we have all these bendy hamstrings and all these tight quads. Bring that knee back toward your chest. Breathe. You can hang on to shin, ankle, or foot. Take it straight out in front of you. And breathe. Big stretch for the hammies. Take the legs straight up to the ceiling. Press through the bottom leg. Relax your upper body. There you go, Ev. Relax the head. Relax the shoulder. Breathe. Release that foot if you can. Slowly keep the foot flexed. Take it slowly down to the floor. Straighten the bottom leg. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to start to turn that chest. You're coming onto the thigh of your right leg. Watch that inner thigh. You can be up half back bend, or you can be down fully and just stretching the inner groin. As you release, come on back to your side. Bend the knees, release fully. And then come on to your back. Grab your block. So pause here for a moment. Just feel what's happening with the back of your body. Take the block between your knees. You can either go, usually people either go narrow or second width. Lengthen through the tailbone, press from shoulder to elbow, fingers gently pointing up toward the ceiling, and lift the hips. So just a little bridge pose. I would not go real crazy here. We're coming toward end of class, but just feel this lengthening. So once again, inner thighs are working. We're squeezing the block, but not a ton. The tailbone lengthens, right? We try to feather the hamstrings and the glutes toward each other so that each can support the other as we draw the heels back. Just pause for a moment. Take a really deep breath, everyone. And then slowly lower down. If you went wide on your block, take it to the narrowest setting right between the knees. Walk the feet in to match your knees and squeeze your block. Just squeeze it. It's all you got to do, upper body, super soft. And release that squeeze. Draw the knees toward your chest. Take the block to the second width. Feet go back to the floor. Squeeze your block. Breathe. Keep squeezing. Release the squeeze, knees toward chest. Take your block as wide as it goes. Feet back to the floor. The feet adjust so that your feet and your knees are lined up. Squeeze your block. Soft upper body, soften the belly, the jaw, the chest. Draw the knees toward chest. Take it back to the narrowest setting between the knees. Arms go to T position and slowly lower the knees to one side. Allow the block to be your little spacer between the knees. Whichever direction your knees went, maybe the opposite side arm goes a little more overhead to stretch through all of that lovely fascia between the hands, the shoulders, the armpit, the chest, down toward the hip. Soften the eyes. Good. One more nice deep breath here. And then draw in through the belly, lift the knees, take them through center, take them down to the other side, still hanging on to your block. Maybe that opposite side arm just raises up a little. You'll find a spot that feels good. Feels like you're getting a nice stretch through the chest, the armpit. Relax your jaw. Good. Release the arm if it's overhead. Squeeze that block. Bring the knees back to center. Take that block out. Your feet come to the floor. The hips lift and the block goes underneath your sacrum. So we know, right, the block should be nowhere near your lower back. Should be on that hard, bony sacrum where it feels nice and flat and even on your block. So pause here for a second. So sometimes, right, especially when our SI joints are a little finicky, this can feel good and stabilizing, or it can remind you that your SI joints are a little finicky. So feel that for a moment. And then optional, bring the left knee up toward your chest and slowly straighten the right leg down toward the floor. It does not have to go fully straight. You don't have to hold the left leg. You can just let everything kind of surrender. Once you're in that position, try to relax. So if you're flexing your feet, unflex them. If you're bracing your leg, relax that. If this feels yucky in your hips or your lower back, then the feet come back to the floor. Just breathe. Can you let go of the need to do more than is necessary just right here in this pose? And then keep the left knee where it is. Slowly slide the right knee up so that both knees are together. Keep the right knee in, the left foot comes to the floor, and then it slowly slides straight. And then again, feel what's going on with this side. Upper body soft, feet are relaxed. Allow the stretch to happen even if it's not really noticeable. Just be soft here. And then as you're ready, begin to slide the left up to meet the right. Optional here, both legs straight up. Nice little inversion here. And where you are on your block here will be kind of personal preference. Whether you are tilted so that you're just resting on the top of the sacrum, or the legs are a little lower to find the full flatness of the sacrum, whatever feels good. Your legs should just hover. There should be no effort here. Shoulders are down, the head, neck are relaxed. We just surrender here. Couple more purposeful breaths here. And then bend both knees. One foot to the floor at a time. Lift up, take that block out. Let the hips come back down. Both knees to chest. And then one leg at a time, going straight out to the corners of your mat so that we find Shavasana. Allowing the palms to go face up, the shoulders soft, the arms are wherever they're comfortable. And then it is as if we could melt down into the mat a little bit. Notice if the mind starts to wander. See if you can bring it back to the breath. Go softer still. Good to just move your toes if you're ready. And then maybe circle the ankles. Bending one knee and then the other, pausing there. And then drawing the knees toward your chest, allowing them to squeeze in, stretching out that low back a little bit, rocking side to side. Allow the knees to roll over to one side. Roll over in fetal pose. And then as you're ready, press on up. Finding that seat once again. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale them to your heart. Soften everything inside with a willing heart. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for coming to class, everybody.